wearing the wrong shoes, or B, I wouldn't even be doing squats, or C, I wouldn't be doing calf raises, you know? So these past couple of days, I've been getting on a routine of just doing calf raises, squats, sumo squats, just building up to that intensity, right? So like I said, and now when I walk, it's like I have a little bit of an anterior tilt on my hip, but I'm fixing that, and hopefully when I get to Nairobi, I'll be at a gym where I can work on that. But there's a few videos of that I can do with just my body weight, so I'm gonna do that. But the squats, they help me everywhere. The type of burpees I do, it adds a lot of stress to the body. So burpees are really endurance-based. So it's really all about the endurance-based. So everything's endurance-based. So if you're doing endurance-based exercises, you're not doing a regular push-up, you're not doing a regular squat. You're actually throwing your body down, doing a push-up and getting back up and jumping up. So if you look at the means of energy, you're exerting a lot of energy. So it helps out, it tones your body, it builds you up, and on top of that, you look good. So that's enough for y'all today. Y'all be easy. I'm gonna be back here tonight, God willing, I'm gonna be back here tonight. We're gonna do another 50 burpees, and we're gonna get right. You feel me? Y'all take it easy. I'm gonna go step outside real quick with all this sweat. And yeah, look at that. Straight sweat. Feels so good to sweat like this, bro. Get all that. Yeah, so if you don't like me, it's okay. Aziza, love it. Hey, you know what I mean? So I got a little word for my haters. Every time you hate, it makes me stronger, because you're sending that energy to me, and I'm transmuting all my energy and I'm turning it into power. So thank you. And for anyone that ever talks ill about me, I take all your energy and I'm gonna use it to fuel my life. So thank you. Another thing too, people act like their success is everything. Love. People act like their success is everything. But one thing I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna keep it real concise. Don't you ever let someone that is unhealthier than you try to dictate you. Because if they really cared about you, they would look in the mirror and work on their body. So if you a hater of mine and you don't work on your body, you got a lot of things already on your plate. Because I can promise you one thing. While you go to work, I'm gonna work out. While you sleep, I'm gonna meditate. While you wake up, I'm gonna work out and finish my workout. Every day you're gonna realize that I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger every single day. And for my haters, they're gonna build a lot of cortisol in their gut. So keep building that cortisol up. Keep building it. So my haters are literally gonna die of hating on me. Everything I say is facts. It's not the fact that I don't like you. It's the fact that you tried to play me, which in the end of the day, you played yourself. And I'm gonna let it be known. Cause shit, being a client in Minnesota, on top of that, having .old owners, some of them treated me well, some of them treated me like shit. That means they were putting their personal life on the line in order to judge me based on what I could have been and what I should be and what I'm not. And try to punish me based on what? My mother. Where in your rule book does it say that you can judge a client based on their family and if their mother is a public figure or not? Did we not tell you that you are in a position where you shouldn't judge people? But you're in a position where you shouldn't judge people. But if you haven't worked on your spirituality, guess what? You're already gonna start judging without you probably even knowing. And once somebody tells you, what do? You kick them outside with what? 2 black trash bags. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't ever forget how you did me. Because I'll never forget that. I think about that every day. I was thinking about that when I was doing my burpees. You feel me? So like I said, I remember that day. It was a very humbling experience. You know what I mean? I'm in America. I'm in a treatment center, access healing center. And they just decided, because I spoke up about step down program rules, and I wanted to advocate not only for them, but for the other people that are in the program and for the people that will come to the program. A few weeks later, I got discharged. I would never forget about that. You guys tried to take my humility away from me. But like I said, as much as I don't like it, I thank y'all too. You know what I mean? Because what's going on in Minnesota right now is not a coincidence. They can see the fuckery that certain places have. It's a lot of tribal shit going on in the country of America, in the state of Minnesota, in the county of Hennepin County. A lot of fuckery going on with some of these providers. So it's only up to us. If you have a sibling that goes to a treatment center or goes to autism centers or whatever it is, and they not feeling okay there, and they feeling like they getting picked on, guess what? Go write your report. Go get that shit in. Go put that shit in. What? Ain't no way you're gonna come to America and use your tribe in order to what? Make other people who are not the same tribe as you, who probably don't believe in the same things as you, feel what? So like I said, don't ever run a business if you don't know how to take a loss. You feel me? Don't ever run a business if you don't know how to take a loss. At the end of the day, I know my worth. I was a previous client in the state of Minnesota, which means I'm federally, civilly, and what? Stateside protected. Who failed me? The state. Who's gonna stand up for me? The 144. Why? Because what? They didn't come to me and say, Muhammad, are you okay? No. I had to articulate my problems. I had to write it as well as I could, and I had to speak up for the voiceless over in those treatment centers. Now, no matter if I'm wrong or not, guess what? At the end of the day, my soul felt good. And that night where they kicked me out, bro, I had the best sleep in my life, even though I had nowhere to sleep. So like I said, don't you ever try to kick me down and act like you ever gonna get away with it. That's not a threat, it's a promise. It's a promise. Because at the end of the day, would you go do that to your kids? Nah, you wouldn't. But how about if somebody else go and does that to your kid? Comes to a treatment center to heal, and you choose to what? And they choose to what? Pick and choose to follow which rules and to not follow which rules. Baby girl, you breaking HIPAA. You breaking the Health Insurance Portability Act. You're breaking that. And you're doing that shit willingly. So like I said, when you become a boss, realize. And it's sad because like, I got no call, no nothing. But once they see one of their old employees get locked up for 7 years, which is really 3.5 years, all right? Shit happens. So like I said, I won't forget that shit. And if I did that to you, I wouldn't want you to forget that shit. I would come correct. But then again, who can come correct with shit like that? So I pray that the right people get my message. Pray that the right people are doing their thing in the background. And I pray that the right people are making sure that those innocent clients that are being abused by most of these treatment centers are getting their justice. New Way had to pay $18.5 million. Why? You know why. Go read it. Now look at all the providers that are much smaller than that. Look at all the providers that are much smaller than New Way. New Way could pay that $18.5 million. You know what I mean? You could pay that. But imagine if these small mom and pop treatment centers are what? Doing the same thing. What are you to $18.5 million that one of the biggest treatment centers, well known, had to cough up $18.5 million for what? Double billing and other stuff. So look at this. If the leader pays $18.5 million, then what are the mom and pop treatment centers doing? Yeah. a lot of dark days are ahead for a lot of healthcare facilities, big pharma in general. A lot of dark days are ahead. Qaro. Yeah, facts. I'm gonna go get some. Thanks for reminding me. Nobody's safe. Thank you. Like I said, there's a lot of dark days ahead for those treatment centers that worked unethically. A lot of dark days ahead. There's a lot of people that can't leave what? The state of Minnesota, heck, not even the country. They can't leave. Why? Because they know what they did and they can't hide it no more. So like I said, I pray that the ones that were being profited off of for all those millions of dollars get a benefit in this life and the next. So like I said, always look out for those people that are living an amazing life, off of clients that they serve. So it's and on top of that, people that ran these companies, at the end of the day, if I say something about them, me being a previous client, they cannot speak about me. But I don't know if maybe they might speak about me in their conversations with people who don't have access to my medical records. That's a whole nother thing in of itself. So like I said, if you don't like HIPAA, if you don't like private health information, damn, you're not gonna like me. That means you can't keep your mouth shut about personal health information or private health information. You can't keep your mouth shut. Now, if you can't keep your mouth shut and you're a narcissist on top of that, and you have the keys to what? Care. Hey, Selma, you have the keys to care for other clients, and they're in your care right now, and you don't protect their private health information. It goes to show, like, it's going to show up in your text messages. It's going to show up in your conversations at the food place that you eat at the gym that you work out at, the conversation that you have in your car. You got to know. Everyone's vehicle has a microphone in it. Everyone's phone has a microphone right on it. Imagine if maybe one person that works in one of these centers gets pulled in and now is wearing a wire, and now they're just trying to go save their own ass or save the client. What are they going to do? They're going to switch on you real fast. It's just the way life goes. So like I said, if you were eating off of this gray area for the past, 5 years, 3 to 5 years, hey, you got to know, New Way paid $18.5 million. So what's a mom and pop treatment center to New Way? Nothing. What's the reach that New Way has to the whole state? Everything. Yeah. So like I said, if you in a Somali-based treatment center, I never went to Alliance, but I know a ton of people whose words are verified that I went to Access Healing Center with, and more so that I met all around the city. They told me a lot of things about Alliance Health. A lot of things. So like I said, Somali treatment centers, especially the ones that I went to, you know what I mean? Please, I pray that there's no favoritism and different tribes going on where you're at. I hope you're treating all the clients with dignity and respect and not invoking your own personal beliefs on any one of them. You get what I mean? Because like I said, Hubble said treatment centers are all too. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is, you know that stuff can easily be found out. If there's any favoritism, if there's any neglect, if there's any abuse going on in positions of power. So if you have that going on in your center, and you have numerous clients that are willing to speak about that, I believe that's grounds for a class action lawsuit, don't you think? I know with my voice and my character and the way I speak, I can make sure people set up a class action lawsuit. You know why? Because you might have all the money in the world, but I have the heart of the minds that were there. And the heart always outwins everything. So like I said, you know what I mean? I don't know who's typing right now. I muted a lot of people. But like I said, I pray that you're not running these centers, you know what I mean, with favoritism. If you're a certain tribe, with the Access Healing Center I was at, there was a lot of people from Puntiland that ran that place. My mother's tribe. They knew who my mother was. They hired my mother's son to work and watch me. And he got his license from Kairos, Kyros. What happened in Kairos? Got shut down for what? Fraudulent allegations, right? So I know that I could probably pull that record. Did he put me down for any of his records? And was any of the metadata, what's the metadata for those files? The step down program that we signed on paper by hand by the people that graduated, what is the metadata of when that file was put into your system? And what day was it signed? Because I remember when I signed, I messed up my signature on purpose so I can put my initials on.